What's happening, people? It's your boy Jordan back with another Johnny Depp trial video. This is more Amber Heard's side to it now. We got Amber Heard's lawyer. I mean, I have heard her in the past, but this is the first time I, pardon me, will be reacting to it, to her lawyer, the female one, and the clinical psychologist of Johnny Depp. And I believe she's probably a psychologist for both of them when it came to their marriage and relationship. So I'm looking forward to this one, man. I think this one is probably going to be the one that's going to be, you know, receive the most viewage. It's gonna, you know, especially from my part, like I'm looking forward to this one, to react to this one. But yeah, guys, if you haven't seen the other reactions of mine when it comes to this case, go back through my channel, man. I've done quite a few. There have been some funny moments in this trial, for real. Like, this trial has been one of the weirdest trials I've seen. I mean, that's not coming from Johnny Depp or Amber Heard. It's just coming from especially her part, her lawyers. Yeah, man, you can see straight right through Amber Heard now. You can see straight through the story. Don't get me wrong, like, you had that video evidence of him slamming cupboards, and you've heard some recordings of him, you know, directly speaking, you know, not abuse, but, you know, just aggressively towards Amber Heard. But who doesn't in relationships? Who doesn't have fights in relationships, you know? Physical, I mean, I never really had physical fight, but word to, like, mouth to mouth, of course you're gonna have those. You're gonna get angry, you're gonna get frustrated, you know. It's part of being in a relationship. When you don't agree with certain things and certain I don't know, habits one does, I don't know, but Johnny Depp, for me, man, he doesn't come across as an abusive guy. He comes across as a guy who avoids that kind of scene, avoids violence, avoids arguments. I mean, you've heard it in the tapes, you've heard it in the recordings. He just wants to what's the word that he uses? It's like cut or something. He just wants to run away. Like, he doesn't want to confront it. Like, he just wants to move on for it. He wants to split. And you can hear in the recordings, man, being confrontational, wanting to stay, wanting to have the fight, have the argument. It's like, it's not looking good for her, to be honest with you. And more people are coming out now, witnesses, people that know her, they're coming out on social media saying that, look, she's a bit crazy, she's this, she's that, she's controlling. Even Jason Momoa now, like, he's coming out. Elon Musk has come out a little bit, I think. So phew, I think she's done out here. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Facebook post of the petition signatures of her trying to get her being removed from the Aquaman movies. I think it's over. What was it? I think the other day, I think it was like 2.7 million signatures. Like, it's a joke, and it's only getting increasing and getting higher. So yeah, she's done for, man. She is done for. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
Not in clinical psychology or in forensic psychology, correct?
No, I'm a licensed clinical psychologist.
But you're not board certified?
No.
Okay. And you also have only been practicing approximately 8 years, is that correct?
That's not correct.
How many years?
Oh my God.
I've been licensed for 10 years.
She's
and
hot.
I've been practicing for about 15 years.
Now, you went to Mr. Depp's home for dinner and drinks before you were hired as an expert in this case, correct?
That's not quite right. I was interviewed at Mr. Depp's home by his legal team. Dinner was served.
You, in attendance with Mr. Depp, was Adam Waldman, correct?
Yes.
Ben Chu, correct?
Yes.
Camille Vasquez?
Yes.
Okay. And the dinner lasted approximately 3 to 4 hours, correct?
Yes.
And it included
The interview.
drinks, correct?
Yes. Dinner and I believe drinks were served.
Okay. And this was before you were hired as an expert, correct?
Yes, this was an interview so that they could make an informed decision as to whether or not to retain me.
And don't you think that's a little odd that you're getting interviewed by Mr. Depp to decide whether you're going to testify adversely against Amber Heard?
I was interviewed by the legal team.
Okay. And Mr. Depp was present. It was his home, correct?
Yes.
And he was serving dinner and drinks.
He was
Correct.
not serving dinner and drinks.
Well, it was at his house at his behest, correct?
Yes, it was at his house.
Okay. And you were contacted by Camille Vasquez, somebody you knew in the community, in February of 2020. Is that correct?
I knew of Ms. Vasquez professionally. We live in the same city, and I work with many attorneys.
And at that time,
Too smart for your
you not
ass.
only knew Johnny Depp, you'd seen a number of his TV and movie roles, and you believed he was a good actor, correct?
Not correct. I did not know Johnny Depp. I
Well,
had
you knew
seen
of
several of
him.
his movies.
You knew who he was,
Yes.
right? And you believed he was a good actor,
Yes.
correct? Okay. And then you provided an expert designation in this case before ever seeing Amber or having an opportunity to review any documents or records. Isn't that correct?
I did not provide an expert designation. That's an attorney thing. My opinions are contained in my report.
It says you have 3 opinions. The first of those is that Amber Heard, quote, exhibits patterns of behavior that are consistent with co-occurring cluster B personality disorder traits, especially borderline personality disorder. Did I get that right?
I'm reading that here. That is not my opinion.
Okay.
Well,
but
it's a current
attributed-
opinion, but this was not an opinion of mine then. I didn't have any opinions at that time.
It says Dr. Curry will testify, correct?
That's what it says, yes.
Okay. And this is a signed pleading, correct? On behalf of Mr. Depp.
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
You
What?
don't understand what a signed pleading is?
No.
Okay. Do you understand that Mr. Depp's counsel prepared this and served it on Ms. Heard's counsel?
I'm not an attorney. I don't understand necessarily all of these procedures.
Okay. Are you aware that Mr. Depp is on?
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to be careful what you say in court. I mean, she, at the moment, man, she seems like a smart, intelligent woman. Like, she wouldn't be a clinical psychologist if she weren't. But it's like, I love the fact that she's not just answering yes or no, yes, yes, yes. Like, she's being honest at the same time, and she's being very careful into what she's saying.
An audio recording years earlier taunting Amber Heard that she has a borderline personality disorder?
I was made aware of that in this case, yes.
So you did, is that
Actually,
one of the audio
not
tapes you
necessarily
listened to?
taunting, but I do recall hearing that Mr. Depp had used that phrase.
So it's a coincidence that you now think she has those attributes after the attorneys listed it in February 2021 before you'd looked at anything, and Mr. Depp had made that accusation to Ms. Heard years earlier.
My opinions aren't based on coincidence.
It's objection. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Doctor.
Okay, sure.
Yes. Compound, I'll sustain the objection.
It's a coincidence then that you came up with symptoms of borderline personality disorder years later after Mr. Depp has been taunting Ms. Heard in an audio tape.
I
calling her-
can't speak to whether or not there's a coincidence. What I can tell you is my opinions are based on the results of my evaluation.
And it's a
Stop.
coincidence that Mr. Depp's counsel attributed that to you, that said that to you in February 2021 before you'd looked at anything, correct?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Now, would you agree that a disproportionate number of women are tagged with a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder?
No, that's not quite right.
What? How can you make that? Hang on.
Number of women are tagged, that a disproportionate number of women are tagged with a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder?
How can you make that statement?
No, that's not quite right.
75%?
The way you phrased it is not quite right.
Tell me what's right.
Okay, so there are more women who have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder than men. It's more prevalent in women.
Okay.
Now, you've never been asked to testify or serve as an expert with respect to whether someone has a bipolar disorder. Is that correct?
A bipolar disorder?
Yes.
That's not correct.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, she's better than the other lawyer. She's better than the other one. The other one has just messed it up. Don't get me wrong. Whoever makes these meme videos, bro, I'm telling you. Spot on.
I'm sorry, page 207.
207, line 5.
Ah,
Could you
No.
read? Okay, thank you. Now, when this designation was served in February of 2021, you had not rendered an opinion that, quote, Ms. Heard exhibits patterns of behavior that are consistent with co-occurring cluster B personality disorder traits, especially borderline personality disorder, correct?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part. What was that?
When this designation was served that you have in front of you as Plaintiff's Exhibit 884,
Oh, okay.
you had not rendered an opinion that, quote, Ms. Heard exhibits patterns of behavior that are consistent with co-occurring cluster B personality disorder traits, especially borderline personality disorder, correct?
No, I had not rendered any opinions. My opinions weren't finalized until after my evaluation.
Right. So when this came out, you had not rendered that opinion.
I had not rendered that opinion.
Okay. The second opinion that's listed in the February 2021 is that
Sorry about that, guys.
Ms. Heard repeatedly and characterologically perpetuated severe physical and psychological intimate partner violence, IPV, toward Mr. Depp over the course of their relationship. End of quote. Did I read that correctly?
It says perpetrated, but other than that, yes.
Okay. You have never been asked to testify as to whether anyone has behaviorally or characterologically conducted conduct that suggests they may be an IPV perpetrator, correct? I have to ask that again because I
Yes.
stumbled. I
Okay,
can't
thank
do
you.
characterologically. That one's just a
Okay.
tough one for me. Okay. And your third opinion, if we can go to page 14, was that Ms. Heard exhibits patterns of behavior that suggest her allegations of abuse against Mr. Depp are false. End of quote. Do you see that?
I see that. You said it's my third opinion. That is not my opinion.
Shh.
All right. But in this pleading,
What? Yeah, but where are you're telling it's her opinion. You can't.
And that is not my opinion.
all right. But in this pleading, it says that you will testify to that, correct?
Yes, that's what this says.
Okay. And that was not your opinion in February 2021, was it?
No, as I said, I had not formed any opinions at that time. I had just been retained.
You have never arrived at the opinion that Ms. Heard exhibits patterns of behavior that suggest her allegations of abuse against Mr. Depp are false, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And in fact, you've said that has never been my opinion, correct?
What I'm saying is that the opinions in here, these are not my opinions. My opinions are provided in my report.
Damn. Shut that. All right. Guys, I'm not going to go into this. We're going to go and jump straight into part 2. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video because there will be an end screen that will pop up for part 2. Guys, I will see you in the next video.